The format here is that the first people that will request to speak we will host this space with me. So don't waste this opportunity. If you came up first, I see some people here. One person already requested, and then we'll decide the topic together. You can ask me questions. We can decide on a hot topic of the week of the month. So I would like to invite on stage Harsh. Harsh, you have been the first speaker. Please introduce yourself and welcome. Just try to unmute yourself. There is a bottom left button, or maybe we have some technical issues. That can also be the case. Let's see.
Mm.
Hey, Harsh.
Hello. Am I audible?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, so hello everyone. My name is Harsh, and I'm a third year undergrad student from India. And I'm a Go developer, so I've been writing code and Go for around I think 1 year, and I've been contributing to some of the open source projects, and I'm now preparing for GSOC uh, for the next year, and yeah, that's it.
Nice, great. I also see that you have DevOps in your bio. So, of course, we can talk about DevOps for hours. This usually this space is 1 hour long. So maybe I would like to ask you what's your experience in DevOps, which are maybe some tools that you like, or how do you get involved in it?
Yes, so in DevOps, I'm actually learning Kubernetes now. In the past, I've used Docker as well, CI/CD as well. Uh, I've used Pulumi for infrastructure as code, uh, and yeah, I mean, I'm preparing for Kubernetes certifications like CKA and most probably CCAD also. So actually, one of my mentor told me that you should prepare for these certifications. So yeah, I'm learning Kubernetes now. So yeah.
Yeah, that's great to hear. We also use Kubernetes. I am a Docker captain, so I'm in love with Docker and Kubernetes. We use Docker Kubernetes and Pulumi at the dev too. And yes, I mean I think that it's a great opportunity, especially if you are young, to get some certificates because they force you to learn the things, and I think it's a great choice. I think especially if you have time, if you have the opportunity. So yes, that's best of luck with that. I don't know when you have this exam, but that's probably an interesting pattern, especially I think in combination with a powerful programming language. By the way, probably you know that also Docker has been written in Go, so I think that's a powerful combination, like DevOps plus Go or Rust or like Go or any other, let's say, programming language that can be used to create tools. So do you agree?
Yes, yes.
Nice. I see Kurpali with a different profile picture here. So if you want to hop in and say hi, feel free. Feel free to do that. And I see also Arindam just joined. So for now, we're talking about basically the DevOps experience, and also I would like to ask you, like, what do you like the most about the Go programming language?
I think the simplicity of Go makes it attractive, and also the concurrency part. I mean, it's really very easy to just start a Go routine and have a highly concurrent system. Um, so yeah, I'm just using Go, and I'm trying to build some sort of scalable systems, and it works pretty well. I've done some testings and benchmarking, and yeah, it really performs well. I've also used it on Last year, actually, my college gave me a project. Actually, there was an organization, and I have to make a sort of chat application for them. And the back end was completely in Go, and the front end was in Flutter. So yeah, but that application they still they are using, and it performs really well. Yeah, I mean, uh, so yeah, I mean, it is a fantastic language. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you so much for sharing your point of view about Go. I would like maybe to ask other people here in the audience to introduce themselves. And Harsh, can please mute your microphone. We can go with Rajesh first. I hope I pronounced that well.
Hey, hi everyone. How are you? So, I'm Rajesh. I've been working in front end for almost 10 plus years, and so I recently I was participating in a hackathon. So that was to build a chatbot, and my I just wanted to ask, like, because this is an open forum, I would like to ask everyone. So the tech stack which I chose was to work with the Lang chain and Lang flow, a Lang graph. So that's the framework which I chose, and then I was using GPT 3.5 for as an LLM, and was using advanced RAG. So a RAG system which has hallucination, and so I'm more interested. Like even though I'm a front end guy, but I am more interested in JavaScript world, and recently just got into AI and stuff related to that. Yeah.
Yeah. So what's the question? Framework
So
for front end.
yeah, I mean, the question is. So I have built this chatbot is built this so I this is all self built. I mean, I read few docs, and then took help from ChatGPT, and then I started building this stuff. I'm not sure whether this is the whether this is a production I mean, like, there are so many chatbots out there. I wanted to know whether this is the framework, like whether they will choose LangChain or LangFlow to add the conditional edges, or like how people are actually creating chatbots. That's the question. Like, if I'm going in correct path or not.
Yes. In my case, I don't have enough knowledge. Can you please mute yourself? Yeah. So in my Yes. So in my case, I know and I've used some of them, but I'm not knowledgeable enough to give you like a comparison on the two things. I don't know if other speakers they have some this experience, but I don't know if this project is public. You can even pin it on the top of the space, and maybe you will get some replies. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
I see Mahesh Rana, so he's currently a listener. Um, it's his bio says he's an AI full stack developer. So yeah, maybe if he can come on.
I mean, this is an open space, so if Manish, if you want to hop on, or if anyone in this space wants to participate, feel free to do that. This is the goal of this space, so it's focused on like any topic we want, so we can even touch different topics during the same space. It's the idea is to have like a safe space where we can discuss about whatever we want. So this is how I like it to be for now. Probably I can remove the DevOps part now, and but yes, so perfect. Thank you. Let's see if someone can show up and share your and share some insights about your questions. In the meanwhile, I would like to invite. On stage, one of my dear old friends, which is Krupali. Krupali, how are you? How have you been so far in the recent months?
Hey, Fran. I hope you're doing great. It's been a while I've been on Spaces. It's been 8 months, I think. So yeah, it's good to be back. It's good to be in your space. I missed that. I've been good. How are you?
Okay, sorry. Can you hear me?
I can.
Oh, sorry, but I had some technical issues. Someone called me like in the meanwhile. Yes, so welcome. So it has been 8 months, and then I missed the last part. Kurpali, sorry.
Yeah, it's been 8 months. I missed being in your space. It's going good now. I have a job and I just finished 3 consecutive meetings and now I cannot feel anything. I just want to sleep, but that's not possible.
Like, yes, I can feel as an introvert, but can I say something unpopular? I think it's better to have 3 consecutive meetings than like one meeting every 3 hours. That will absolutely destroy my day. So if it has to be meetings, it's better to have them consecutive. So I go in meeting mode, I take an espresso at the end of the 3 meetings, and I'm done. So I want to turn this into a positive thing, Kurvali.
I think I'll get used to it as I keep moving forward, but it's just been like 2 months that I like started working full time, so it's not very fun right now.
Got it. Got it. Thank you. And I'm happy to have you back here in the spaces. As you can see, I still do when I'm at home and not on a plane or not on vacation. Usually on Wednesday, 1 p.m. CST, I do a space. Sometimes we have a specific topic. Sometimes we have a specific guest. Recently, I found very, let's say, funny to make it more open tech space. So just to engage with different people, or maybe if people they follow me or they have the notifications, they can hop in early and be part of the speakers panels. I think it's great to give opportunity, also on the not always the same people, also to give their opinion. I think this is very important, especially on a platform like Twitter, which is very polarized on always the same same accounts. So I want like this to be a bit different and to give the opportunity also to anyone to participate as this space is, and also yes to get in some old friends like I did with you, Krupali. So glad that you are fine and you are doing doing stuff, and thank you. So so yes, and now maybe we can keep talking about any topic. We can have if anyone else would like to hop in, they can. Yesterday I made a live stream on Twitch, and I'm recently starting to do like one-on-one mentoring sessions. One is with Bob today, so this is something that I've never done so far, but I want to see how it goes. So giving more like let's say quality time to people instead of just saying yes to everyone. So I want to be more focused. I think this will be the focus on these last 4 months of the year for me. So being more focused, maybe do less but more intentional. So we start with this today. I'm also I need 10 more subscribers for 250k on YouTube. So I'm refreshing the YouTube channel because I want to celebrate today or tomorrow. And apart from that, I would like to invite on stage a person I met personally in June. Arindam, how are you? How's it going?
Hey Fran, yeah, I'm good. How are you?
I feel great. I've been working a lot in the recent 3 days, but that's okay because this is what I deserve for being on vacation for a whole week. So it's fine. It's fine. It's okay. I also went to a concert yesterday, so I came back a bit late. But apart from that, great stuff. We are preparing something. Rajesh, okay. We are preparing something cool for September for the LeadDev, and I'll keep telling all my friends, if you don't know what the LeadDev is, what squads are, go now or regret it in September. We have 10 days left. We are about to do a big launch. So Pieces has been a really big brain in doing this earlier. I see that you're also trending. So this you will thank me at the end of September for warning you like a bit earlier. You know, when there is a party and you have time to get the first early tickets. That's great. So this is what I like to do with my friends. And you know, I don't say this like every day, every week. Like if I say this, it has a reason. So we are preparing some stuff over there. So are you happy that you have been trending on the Daily Dev Squads, Arindam?
Absolutely. Just, that's why I said Daily.dev magic everywhere. Like, just to, give you a stat about this, like, for my own blog, like, almost like 75% of the views that I got are from, referred from Daily.dev. So that's suppose that I'm gonna make soon. So I just, going through my stats on Dev2, and I saw that, okay, the numbers are like crazy. Like, like all of my blogs are, I guess most of them get views from daily.dev. So yeah, it's magical.
Yeah, I know. It's so good that it's hard to believe that all of this is free. Like, you know, as developers, we're always very skeptical. We can't believe this is true. It's too good to be true, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Nice. Thank you. Thank you. Yes, and sorry for sometimes I shameless plug the dev, but this is I work here, and you know what? Like I would like to say this that I'm completely honest here, 100%. Like I work here as a developer advocate, but especially recently, I became also a power user of the dev because I have like two squads that I'm currently using, but not because I'm a developer advocate there. And this is great because if you end up using your own product, you can give your perspective. I'm sure that maybe you are in them, you use Pieces for your own personal flow. But this is a superpower as a developer advocate because it gives you the perspective of the user, not as a employee or working there, but it's so useful. Like I have now a whole experience on how the squad works, what you can do there, what you can't do there. So this is a great plus, and it's happened, I can say, in the recent few months. So of course, at the beginning, I created a couple of handouts, a couple of squads, but this has been very useful. So I'm really happy. I've seen you really crushing it on, especially on I think Hashnode. I don't know which platform, but I saw like big stats that are in them. I think you made a long article which got like so many views. I can't remember what exactly it was about. Google Analytics. I can't remember. But what?
Okay, it
Translation.
was around event scheduler on Node.js, so it got like pretty good numbers there.
Nice, perfect. I also would like to give a shout out to Pieces. I am a huge fan of the platform. I'm currently using it for some minor things because I'm always like very busy and doing a lot of stuff. One feature that I'm really loving is the code snippets. For example, I don't know if you see that I make like daily tips about Rust. Usually they go out like a very early morning. All of them have been stored on Pieces, so I use them, and probably in the future I might even create something out of it. So I needed like a place to store all these tips, and all these tips has been stored on Pieces. I'm looking forward because probably soon or at some point I might create something else out of all these snippets that now are on Pieces. So this is a, a sneak preview of what I'm currently doing, and I think it's fine. So I think it's fine if you use a platform only for with some features, and maybe you create something else. I always like to don't force it too much, but for now I'm really like it. I also created a article on my onboarding on Pieces, so I made it like a whole article of my experience of onboarding on Pieces that also went kind of well. I think some thousands of views. So, and this was basically just me. Instead of just doing the onboarding, I just put an article and then I put like step by step. And this really shows the mindset of content creator that I now probably have. So like everything I do, I know that this can be turned into content, literally. And this is great, I would say. Okay, nice. we have more people. Thank you so much, Marino, for sending love. I see that you are changed your profile picture and you look very, very nice. Let's see. Let me invite David. Nice. Usually these spaces are about 1 hour long. And but yes, and usually, as I said, we don't have a specific topic. I would, to be honest, it's also to know what my friends are doing, if they are doing something cool, if there is something cool coming up soon. So yes, so we still have a space. Usually now, for example, I see 3 people requesting to speak. Usually at the beginning we have less people. Welcome, David or David. I don't know how to pronounce your name. And welcome. And how are you?
I'm all right. Yeah, my name is David. The other one is Wampamba. That's my traditional name. Yeah, I'm from Africa, in a place in the eastern part of Africa, in a small country called Uganda. Uh, Many people say this is the best country on the planet, naturally. So if you ever want to tour to see wildlife, you can come around. But first, I want to thank you, Francesco, and your friends for organizing the Open Tech Space. I think this is the first time I'm in it, and I heard it's about many topics. So, yeah, well, about me, I am a taught software developer, but I've not actively worked with like a big tech company or something, but I've always worked with local companies and my own startup. So there's this startup which I founded 5 years ago. It helps local people in the community learn tech, and we give them job placement assistance. So uh, I would to run this is not very easy. It needs a community effort. So majorly looking for people who can offer mentorship, to the people of my community. Young people want to learn quite a lot of technologies, like you've mentioned, Docker, Go, Kubernetes, Next, React, and everything. And they also want ideas about building their portfolios and CVs. They like to be helped to prepare for interviews because English is not our first language, and also we have how do we call it? I can call it a poor digital infrastructure. So many people find it really hard to build their careers. So if you have anything you can support in, please reach me in the DM, and we arrange how we can work together. Yeah, thank you very much.
Thank you, David, and for sharing this with us. Is there any? So, did you ask anything? Are you looking for an answer, or it was just your sharing your point of view? Sorry, I missed the some seconds at the end.
Yeah, what I was just sharing about myself, and also pushing out the message that we are looking for people who can be helpful to build our community. People who can offer mentorship and all that. Yeah, but on a volunteer basis. Yeah.
Oh yes, yes. Okay, now I got it. And yes, I think that finding like good free mentors, it's almost impossible because usually people are even very busy, or maybe they are beginners. But for example, if you want to know to organizing an event and invite me, I'll be happy to join once. For example, I think that the secret is just to ask people, especially if you want, if you need something specific. For example, it can be about Docker, it can be about developer relations, or Rust. I would be glad to help. To be honest, I don't think that Uganda is so small that you don't have to mention. I think almost everyone knows that country. I love wildlife. I've been hiking. It was in Alps some last week, and it's fine. I mean, I live in a city, but I always crave for going into wildlife. Maybe one day I can even come and visit it. So just ask if you want some people to support the communities, and just be very specific, and I think you can find someone.
Thank you very much, Francesca. You are very welcome whenever you want to come to Uganda.
Thank you so much. We'll see. It's on my to-do list for sure. Nice. Thank you so much. I see Utba just joined with a super shiny profile picture. I really love it. I think I'm getting used very quickly to that. And yes, so let's see. Oh no, there were two people who were requesting to speak, but they're not here anymore. Yes. So as I said, in September, I think we will do a big launch on the DDEV, especially about squads, especially for the DevRels here. We will create some events. So Rindam, get ready with that, and we'll see. So especially if you have something to ask, or maybe if you want to share what you're currently working on, especially of course in the tech space, maybe you are creating some content, maybe you found something interesting, you can just hope and share this with us. Nice. I would like to ask maybe Arindam, since we are both developer advocates, like how are things going there? If you have something planning, or maybe because maybe I would like to plan maybe some activities, some collaborations. Now that you also are on the LeadDev, I think we have all the excuses to do some collaborations. So I want to know more, and I'm asking directly to Arindam.
Yeah, so we are working on a student program, basically targeting university students to how they can leverage AI in their integrate in their workflow, and how they can be productive while being in college or universities, using, because it's a part of our life right now, so it's high time to use them. So that's what I'm currently working, creating the slides for presentation, and collaborating with different communities around India. And that's the thing. And another interesting part I am working on is I am trying to make a an integration for with pieces and Versal AI SDK. So that's fun, challenging project, I would say. I took in, so bit stuck in some errors, fixing those bugs. So yeah, that's been my week for now.
Yes, and it's still Wednesday, Arindam, so we still have time. I don't know if this is a good or a bad thing. But yes, for sure, this will be a tough week for me. I also so I'm doing a lot of stuff. I'm also organizing, for example, all the upcoming events on the dev. I'm literally contacting everyone. Thank you so much, Marino. Also helped me out in reaching a specific person. So yes, we're organizing the upcoming spaces, the upcoming events on YouTube. To be honest, I would like to organizing all the events by the end of October, including the December ones, because I don't want to end up being close to Christmas and still looking for speakers. I really want to avoid that, and yes, so that's it. Maybe something else I would like to talk about, maybe for 5 minutes. This has been my recent experience in two experiences in writing stuff. One is that I'm writing a Rust book that will be out in 2025 with Pact as a publisher. And I wanted to do this because I wanted to write stuff, create content about a programming language I really like. A side effect that I really loved is that this basically unblocked my content creators' superpowers, because by being forced in writing stuff, now I have 10 ideas, 20 ideas to create videos. Like I created now a paid product on Gumroad. I have so many good ideas now. I still need to find the time to execute them. But for example, this is really going very well. I think in 2 weekends, I created the first paid product. It got 160 sales, which almost $2,000, which is nice for being the first product. I saw so many stories of people publishing their first paid product and earning almost zero. So I find this, compared to that, absolutely successful. And this is a really great experience for me, because I think that many creators, they experience this content creator block. So probably like start writing stuff. It doesn't have to be a whole book, but writing long stuff, a lot of stuff in a consistent way. For me, being forced, because I have a editor, of course, first in quotes, it makes me really accountable. And this is a great thing, I think. So it's once you are inspired and you have many ideas, then the problem is just to find the time to to execute them. But now I have so many good ideas. Probably some of them are also crap. Welcome, Marino. How are you? That's a very shiny profile picture.
Hey, Francesco. Hey, everyone else. How are y'all doing? Thank you so much for the kind compliment there. Yeah, I was in Sunnyvale, and I was like, I had my makeup and my hair done and everything because I was doing some recordings at a studio, and I was like, you know what, I look good. I should take a picture. So I did, and it turned out pretty damn well. So you know what? Now it's my profile picture on Twitter and LinkedIn. Anyways, things are going well. I'm kind of putting my head down for a little bit because I'm deep in some projects. I'm working with a very, very, very large customer, and what's interesting is, on one hand, when you work with a very large customer, it's great because you actually get to see all the inner workings of the organization. You get to see what drives them. You get to see the different teams using different technologies, and then you have to sit there and stitch it all together. And on one hand, that's great, but on the other hand, a large organization also presents disorganization. Sometimes not everyone is at the same pace, at the same level, and so you have to manage those expectations. You also have to level set with different levels of understanding of a certain technology space. For example, some folks might understand Docker really well because they use it all the time. And then another team has no clue what Docker is. And so you have to find a way to bridge that gap in a very low friction sense. But then there's also other elements too. Like, I'm doing a whole bunch of validation, I'm building designs, what this is such a big project that it's not all on me. Like, I'm just doing one slice of this larger thing, and my portion surprisingly ends up being service mesh. I have other teammates that are working on other portions of this project. Like, I have another teammate that's focusing in on the usage of like cloud-based API gateways, and then I have another teammate that's focused in on using um, this thing called the developer portal. So if any of you aren't familiar with a developer portal, it's a way to catalog and basically view all of your different APIs. There's so many different like technologies out there that offer this kind of approach. Backstage might be the most notable one out there, but it allows you to build your APIs, model them, view them, distribute them, share them, whatever you want. So it's like all of these different slices of a project, but you also have to find a way to bring them together. So that's been taking a lot of my time up. And then I've also got an API Summit presentation that I'm working on right now. I'm presenting at our internal conference, and um, I don't know how I got stuck with the longest session, but I'm the only one with a 15-minute session for this entire conference. Everyone else has 25-minute sessions, and I've got to do a virtual recording on Friday. I have nothing worked out. I have nothing figured out. My slides are not even done. So it's go time for me. Anyways, how's everyone else doing?
Thank you so much, Marino. I see that you, like, for not being a developer advocate anymore, you are kind of active on these spaces, and I love that. And but yes, and good, best of luck with your big client. I don't know if you can can say the name. Probably not for now, but maybe at some point. I would like to know more about this. I think this really gives the opportunity to share some stories, maybe in retrospective. Maybe I don't know. We worked with that, and maybe because some people, many people here are beginners, so they really need to have at least a taste of what does it mean, to work with big companies, to work with the real world applications, and this a bit more than just discussing which is the best JavaScript framework or something like this of these discussions, because this can really open up to what does it mean to like work with real world applications. I think some people, maybe they are young or maybe they have not that experience. They have no idea what does it mean. So thank you so much, Marino. I'm doing well, doing great. I went for I took like 1 kilogram in the mountains because I went hiking, but I ate so much that basically that that increased my weight. So now I'm back to here, exercising as usual. You know what's the best news? I will be here at home for 4 more weeks. Like in 4 weeks, I have no trips planned, and I love that. Now, the next trip is in Belgrade, in Serbia, for the LIDEV on the 23rd of September. Today is the 21st of August, so it's a dream for me. Like, I'll stay here for 30 days here at home, and I can just work, create content, focused on all the other stuff. So now I remember in COVID, like we wanted to travel more. Now I'm at a point I say, I can stay at home for 4 weeks. That's amazing. And then I was a couple of conferences in October, and then I should be done with traveling by the end of October. And I love that. And usually I have this pattern, or like I travel a lot usually from March to October, but in November and December I try to avoid traveling so I can focus on, working, closing all the things that I haven't done during the year. Everything looks great, and thank you. Nice. Perfect. So nice. I don't know if we have any other speakers coming up. Otherwise, we can also start to close it up. I don't know if in the future I'll do more spaces with a topic. To be honest, I'm a fan of these open text spaces because you never know, but it's a great opportunity for people to maybe talk about, especially when they are what they are currently working on. This also gives the opportunity to me to find ideas for collaborations. For example, I'm sure that we'll do something with Arindam and the pieces team. That's it. Nice. Anyone else? Let's see. Okay. Nice. Arindam, anything else that you want to discuss, or are you done?
Yeah, so a fun thing to share here, not much public yet, but me and one of my friends are starting a small agency of technical writers basically, because it was hard for me to write all the articles that I was getting. So I just thought of, okay, let's make a team and we'll work as a agency. So just it's a pretty beginning and we are not public yet. It's just making the websites and doing those basic stuff. But yeah, we do have few clients, so just working behind the scenes. And yeah, that's a closed announcement here. Don't make it tweet. Yeah, so that was my part.
Nice, thank you. And this is why joining these spaces you can have some sneak peek and sub news in advance, so some exclusive announcements. I think that's a great idea. Like when you have too much work, or maybe there is some work that you can't do alone, teaming up, creating something with your friends or some people who you know that they are the right person is the best thing you can do. For example, for my videos, I've been editing them for a while, but for example, now I've been on vacation for 2 weeks, and I didn't want the videos to stop going out. So simple solution in quotes. I just outsourced the editing. I published a video 2 weeks ago, last week, and also this Tuesday. So I had basically no downtime in terms of video creation. Yes, of course, it costed me some money, but first of all, when I outsource them, usually they have a slightly better retention because the editor they do their thing, they add more cool parts in the beginning, and this is great. I mean, it's absolutely fine, and we will see in the future. But it's absolutely fine to do something, to expand your opportunities like you are doing now with your friend, and It's great. It's good. Good luck with your friend and your technical writing company. I don't know if you already have a name or not, but yes, nice. Thank you. And I think it's also great, also from a developer perspective, know some behind the scenes, how you did it, what have you done, the clients, and so on. So, the developers usually are even more interested into the behind the scenes and to know how things work. I see Varsha here, and we have something coming up. So, Varsha, if you want to come on stage and to make maybe a preview announcement, you can now. Otherwise, no worries. And yes, that's it. This was the space for today. I'm really enjoying. Also, yesterday I went live again after 10 days. It was great. For example, on Twitch, I'm really enjoying doing this lately, because I just go live and I just basically talk about what I've done today, simple stuff,
Hi,
simple
Francesco.
format.
Hi, everybody.
Hey, Varsha, how are you?
I'm doing good. How are you all? How are you, Francisco? How was the trip?
I'm doing well. Always doing spaces, as you can see, or as you can hear. So
Ooh, lovely.
Nice.
Okay, so should I go with the announcement?
Maybe introduce yourself so people here in the audience they can know you, and then
Yes,
why not?
yes.
Why not? And then we'll make an official one. But go on, please.
Okay. So I'm a third year undergrad engineering student in Bangalore. So last summer I contributed to Mathesar. It's an open source organization. This summer I interned at Barclays. Apart from that, I've started this series of spaces called Tech Talks with Varsha, where I invite speakers in the tech industry. So my first speaker was Harkirat, and my next speaker is gonna be a very special person. He's the host of the space. Yes, so we'll be having Francisco on the space on Friday, 7:30 Indian Standard Time. Yes, so that's about the announcement. So I guess it's unofficial. We'll still have an official one going out on Twitter. Yeah.
Yes, I also saw the post try to guess the new speaker. I also saw someone cheating in the comments because it was a person who basically made this happen. So they knew the answer already, but that was funny, of course. And yes, looking forward for that space, and I think that having like a series of tech spaces is a great opportunity. I invite you because like 3 years ago, there were not like this kind of spaces yet. I think it's a great way to focus, especially for an extended amount or period of time on something. You can have good guests, you can have specific topics, and I think it's a great opportunity. And I think the best thing of doing this podcast space is that you also get some knowledge, you also get maybe some ideas for the upcoming things. So best of luck with that. I'm honored. I'll be glad to participate. And of course, make me at least one question about Rust, okay?
Definitely. I mean, if I think of the word Rust, your name pops up in my mind.
Yes, this means that I've been obsessed enough in the past 2 years, I would say. So yes, I'm currently really focused on this language, so I can share some insights. Usually, I try to be as neutral as possible, because maybe I can be a big fan, but I like to also share an experience based on also other programming languages, other things. So yes, I'll say so. Let's see. Let's keep the cool stuff for your space, and thank you so much for coming. Nice, thank you. I think that's enough for today. We kept this nice and clean. Usually, I do spaces every Wednesday 1 p.m. CST. They are called first come first served spaces. So if you come at 1 p.m. CST o'clock on point, you can be part of the speakers and share your experience. And that's it for now. Sometimes I will also do something with some guests, but for now I like it to be very open and to talk about different topics as we did. And yes, that's it. Let me invite Marina again. We have some technical issues, but less than usual, I would say. So yes, thank you. If any of the speakers would like to say something before we wrap up, just raise your hand or unmute your microphone. I would like to go with Marino first because he requested to speak, and then we can close it up. Yes, Marino, welcome back.
Yes, I had some connectivity issues with my app. I'm not sure what was going on. I don't know what we're finalizing, but I will just say, the one thing that I realized in the last, I'd probably say 2 months, I got back into just some core development stuff as well through some of the projects that I'm working on. And it's phenomenal to realize that like my brain doesn't think like, oh my gosh, I have to go learn the basics all over again. My brain is like, how do I get this thing to work? And that's an artifact of me being a developer from like 20 plus years ago, where fundamentally the concepts of programming stay the same. And if you can logically think it in your mind and write it out with pseudocode, there's probably a way to write it with any one of your favorite languages. And so I'm at this point where I'm not here learning languages. I'm here to try and solve a problem. And if I'm using Python, well, I kind of know the structure of Python. But if I'm trying to program something, I don't want to sit there and try and build it out again. I'll feed it to some sort of LLM and say, hey, this is what I wanted to do. This is how I've logically thought that this should work. What do you think should be that Python code or syntax? And it'll give me a suggestion. And then it's up to me to really decide whether or not it's useful, it's outputting the information, or it's a starting point. And I didn't realize that I had this superpower where I'm kind of over analytical about certain things when it comes to development. So I'm kind of at this point where maybe I should start getting back into streaming and streaming just by myself and streaming me developing things. Things that I can actually share, that I'm allowed to share, because I also have to consider the fact that working with this big client, I'm under a strict non-disclosure agreement, so I can't like share everything, but I can share certain things that give you ideas on how you can solve your own problems. So let me work this through my mind. Um, I've been doing some cool stuff with some of the API tools that I've been using, and it's just mind blowing to me, like how much I know and then how much I just have to unlock in my own brain. And I say this because every one of you has that same superpower. It's just a matter of being unblocked and unlocked. And then once you are, you're limitless at that point. Have any of you watched that movie Limitless by chance? I mean, NZT is a drug in that movie, but in reality, our NZT is the motivation that we get from Francesco or Varsha or Arndem, and see what they do, and then we turn that back into energy for our own like motivations to be able to go out and do our own stuff. So that's where I'm at, and I'm sharing this because it's just like mind blowing to me, and this realization only came to me like over the last few days.
Yeah, thank you so much, Marina. I would like to share just two quick things. The first is that if I think that going live is always a good option. Of course, it depends on the kind of expectations, and usually they start very, very small. But what is really important is a format. Like people would really expect what they are currently like having by joining your that specific live. For example, on Twitch. Now I have this format when it's just me with lo-fi music and just talking, and that's a format. That's different from what I do on YouTube, where basically I record a technical tutorial online. So they are two different things, and it's absolutely fine if someone wants to join just the Saturday ones or just the Twitch ones, but I would like to give people a strong format of what I would expect. So maybe you can work on this. I think this is underrated. So just give people something that they might like. Some people will like it, some people will not, but you want to create a format that at least a group of people will like. And about the other stuff, yes, about the like, yes, I saw the movie Limitless, and for example, for me, my power, my strength and weakness is obsession, because if I channel this in the wrong way, I can, like I've been doing this in the past, I can play video games for like a whole month with barely eating and sleeping. But if I turn this into something useful for the community, then this basically can become like a monster machine. So, but now it took me like 40 years to figure this out. But maybe being obsessed with something can also be a superpower and not just a weakness. But this can also be a weakness. So it just depends. It's a double-edged superpower. So that's for example, it's me. Now I know myself probably way better than what I knew about myself 20 years ago. And now I'm using my skills to just shining and try to do the best as I can. And I think it's very important to understand which are your strengths and your weaknesses, because I'm sure that we all have some of them. And that's it. Thank you, Maureen. Okay, I think that we are close to the end. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining. This has been a very nice and quick space, if we can call quick a space of 1 hour. maybe some spaces are at least 3-4 hours. So we call it a quick space, quick 1 hour space. Thank you so much for joining. I think that spaces are a great format, great way to communicate quickly and effectively with all people in the community. Best of luck to everyone. I'll keep refreshing my YouTube channel because I'm getting very close to 250K. I think there are 8 people left. So this will be my activity in the next 30 minutes. And then I will hopefully make an announcement. I don't know, or maybe later. Thank you so much for joining. And yes, take care and see you. I don't know if I'll make a live stream later, but I can promise. Bye, everyone. Thank you.